Well folks, the move is on, and I thought I'd turn over a new leaf with the new studio and make a few changes and improvements. It has never been easy to show off my work in this old studio, and given that the new place is so much brighter, I want to do everything I can to make my paintings look their best there. Yeah, I'm not going for period homes here. It's not got to be perfect. I just want it to be white and clean looking, and it's not a great finish. I just want the new studio to have this real feeling of airiness and freshness and whiteness, so that the work stands out better and it looks a bit less cluttered. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, quite a productive day of it really. Yeah, I've got those two cabinets painted white. I started on a third, but to be honest I'm running out of puff now, so I'm going to just take it easy. Further to giving everything... Ooh, hang on. Further to giving everything a bit of a whitewash, to keep the place really bright, I'm also aware with this move that I'm going to have less storage space. So one of the things I want to do is give my painting table a bit of an upgrade, so there's storage space underneath it, which actually I think will be brilliant, because at the moment I have all my various painting things sprinkled around the studio, and this would be a way of keeping everything in one place. Rags, paints, what else do you need? Boards. That sort of thing in a sort of easily reachable, nicely organised place. So I'm going to give this little beauty a bit of a makeover. This table actually belonged to the old print works, which was in this building, and I pulled it out of the print room a couple of years ago and chopped the legs off because they were rotting. It was sitting in water because the building was leaking, and I put these big raked casters on, which are brilliant because it gives me that versatility of being able to move it around. And then on top I've got an old shower door that I got out of my neighbour's. Today's mission is going to be to put some rails across the bottom here with duck boards and give it all a lick of paint, and maybe even clad the sides if I've got some timber, to keep it a bit cleaner and more dust free. Anyway, let's make a start. What's quite nice about this job is that I'm just trying to use materials that are here in the workshop that will otherwise be left and no doubt skipped when this building is demolished. So I've no idea why, but my previous owner put some cladding on this wall. It's just pallet board, but I'm going to use that for my duck boards. So I'm going to haul that off here, and yeah, that's going to make my duck boards. So let's get started with that. I suppose I could have guessed that was going to happen. By and large, I found these tools to be pretty tough, but... Yep, no ill effects. Nice. done. Oh. Yeah, truth is, I am actually feeling a bit knackered. I think it's a sort of combination of the uncertainty and anticipation of the move, and actually then not having the studio functional is sort of wearing me out. I'm definitely feeling I'm sort of at the thin end of the chronic fatigue wedge here. I've got to be quite careful. Painting and drawing is this sort of soft focus activity that's very restful, and all this kind of moving and preparing to move isn't, so I need to be a bit careful over the next few days that I don't wear myself out, because this is quite hard work.
So at this point, this video is going to take a bit of a different direction than I planned, because the truth is I got really knackered, and I realised that packing up the old studio, moving, setting up the new one was really right at the limit of what I could do energy wise, and that was without making a film at the same time. So we're going to forward wind, and instead you're going to get a big reveal.
Well, hello, welcome. Isn't this nice? Yeah, here I am in the new place. It has really been worth all the effort. I am genuinely sorry that I didn't film every moment of the move, because I would have liked to have had you along with me in during that process, but I think it was the right instinct because it has taken a lot out of me. It's basically dominated the last few weeks. It's all I've been able to do. And I've had a lot of really nice help from my friends. But despite that, it has been quite a big undertaking. I'm pleased because I managed to stay in quite a good place with it psychologically and not let it overwhelm me. I just steadily chipped away at it. And as a result, I'm doing pretty well despite what has been a pretty major effort one way and the other. I'm also pleased because I think the instinct to spend some time preparing and upgrading the kind of fabric of the studio has really paid off. So as you know, the first thing I did was to paint everything white, and that was time really well spent because I think it's just created a real sense of unity and calm in here. The second thing is I have massively decluttered. Lots went to the tip. I've sold some bits and pieces, I've given stuff away, and it's very cathartic, to be quite honest. I feel every time you move, you have this lovely opportunity to slightly reinvent yourself, and that's what's happened here, is I've sort of been able to shed previous versions of Benmo, the landscape gardener, the hoarder, and commit more fully this time to being an artist. And then the third thing is just to try and have nothing out. I haven't quite got there, but my aspiration is to get everything as far as I can into cupboards or drawers or tucked away. So when you come into the studio, it's just clear spaces, white furnishings and the paintings. And I think that was so hard in the previous place because they were just lost in the sea of gloom and multicoloured, multifarious objects, from the large to the small. So yeah, I think what would be nice now would be to actually put some work up, because I haven't got round to that, and we'll see how it looks. Gary has put me in this partition wall, and my initial thinking was that when I had a few quid, I might clad this with the same, what's called OSB, on my side, and paint it white to keep with my clean lines and no dusty corners. But actually, there is something quite useful about all these little shelves for stacking paintings, so I think I'm going to live with it for a bit and see what I think and how dusty stuff gets. Basically, if it all gets really dusty, I'm not fastidious enough to keep dusting it, so it needs to have clean edges, but I think we'll see. I'm going to try to do less woodwork in here. Whether or not I leave it this colour, I don't know. I think I'm going to wait again and live with it for a bit. I'd be interested to get your thoughts on that, whether you like this woody tone or whether you think it would be better white. certainly quite nice to have the flexibility to move stuff around and not be kind of constrained by putting pins in. Kind of play with how things go next to each other. And actually, on that note, I'm going to sort of put the brakes on now and just live with the studio for a bit. The main reason being that I've got an exhibition planned for July, which was planned before I got evicted. And so I want to now just focus on getting all my work ready for that, promoting it, photographing it, and just trying to do the best job possible I can for that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get a feel for it here really, and then once that's out of the way, I can then make any more adjustments or changes as time goes on. So having I quite like this because it's quite a nice way of being able to try things out in different ways and see what goes well with each other, which I think that could be quite helpful in terms of planning for the exhibition. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the little first visit today, and I'll look forward to many more in the coming months. But in the meantime, good health to you all, go gently, and I will chat to you very soon. Bye.